Roman Reigns finally loses in major botch that got ignored at Crown Jewel 2023. Logan Paul saves Rey Mysterio from a career-ending injury. Rhea Ripley to punish Judgement Day member for their actions at Crown Jewel. Kairi Sane breaks silence after her surprise return. Kishi sends a message to Solo SEO after his dominant win over John Cena. Roman Reigns breaks silence after defeating LA Knight. Let's jump right into it. Logan Paul saves Rey Mysterio from a career-ending injury at Crown Jewel 2023. Logan Paul's match against Rey Mysterio couldn't get the desired reaction because of the spot they were put in on the card. Regardless, it's been noticed quickly that the social media megastar may have saved Mysterio from a potentially career-ending injury. The build-up to Logan Paul's Rey Mysterio has been nothing short of intense. On the SmackDown before Crown Jewel, Paul and Mysterio got into a weigh-in altercation, with general manager Nick Aldis and others needing to intervene. During their match, there was a spot where Logan Paul caught Rey Mysterio from a potentially serious fall and career-threatening injury. Apart from that, the match was smooth as ever, with the social media megastar continuing to impress fans with his incredible in-ring skill. He's already considered one of the best workers on the roster despite only wrestling a few times a year, which is restricted to special premium live events. He may have fallen short of Roman Reigns last year in Saudi Arabia, but he cheated to ensure that he would walk out with a championship this time around. And that's precisely what happened as he defeated Rey Mysterio to become the new United States champion. Logan Paul sends a message to Triple H after winning the WWE US Championship. Logan Paul has reacted to Triple H's message on social media after his historic win at WWE Crown Jewel. At the recently concluded premium live event in Saudi Arabia, Paul dethroned Rey Mysterio to win his first championship in WWE as he captured the United States title. The closing moments of the match saw the Maverick use the brass knuckles to his advantage. Post-match, Triple H took to Twitter and praised Paul for his incredible performance and shared a photo of the two. In response, the 28-year-old thanked the game for believing in him. "Thanks for believing in me, boss," wrote Paul. WWE legend and former SmackDown general manager Teddy Long praised Logan Paul and credited him for taking pro wrestling seriously. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's The Wrestling Time Machine, Long claimed that the Maverick was capable of being a draw due to his mainstream appeal. He said, "That's because he wants it. He takes his job seriously, and the other things too. Logan Paul going to Saudi Arabia, you know what I mean. Look what you got. These people actually know him for his entertainment career, not as a wrestler. So now they're getting 2 for 1. So it can be a huge draw there just by himself. But to go with him and Rey has got a history, so that's going to be huge, man. And working with Rey is going to be so great for him because Rey will be able to talk to him and keep him on the right page. They are going to have a hell of a match, man." Paul's victory at Crown Jewel marked his first championship win. It remains to be seen who his first few will be against. What were your thoughts on Paul winning the United States title? Rhea Ripley to punish Judgement Day member for their actions at Crown Jewel. WWE Crown Jewel was seemingly a night to forget for one star, since Damian Priest now has to answer to Rhea Ripley after blowing his chance to become world champion. Not only did he lose his match after 3 crossroads, but he also had his Money in the Bank contract stolen. Priest tried to cash in on Seth Rollins following his win over Drew McIntyre, but he was attacked by Zayn, who then ran off with his contract. A few weeks ago, Ripley spoke to Priest about ensuring that when he cashes in, he chooses the right moment and makes it count, but he was unable to. Ripley was able to retain her title against 4 other women, but Priest came up short despite the help of Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and JD McDonough. He also lost his contract, which could lead to Mammy taking the Money in the Bank case away from him and giving it to someone else instead, if Judgment Day even managed to get back from Zayn. Ripley could decide that Damian Priest isn't the right person to hold the Money in the Bank contract since he is unable to keep hold of it. This could lead to her handing it to Finn Balor instead, since he is the other dominant member of the group and is a former world champion. Of course, this could cause some issues within the Judgment Day, but there have been rumors of Priest quitting the group and going solo since it appears that he hasn't been happy in the group for several weeks. Ripley and Priest are good friends both on and off screen, but it seems that their alliance could have finally come to an end. Do you think Rhea Ripley will take away the Money in the Bank contract? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Kairi Sane breaks silence after her surprise return. At Crown Jewel 2023, Kairi Sane made a return to WWE and helped Io Sky to retain the Women's Championship. Sky was in action against Bianca Belair, who made a return to WWE programming a few weeks ago on SmackDown. The EST was sidelined after a brutal backstage attack by Damage Control. Following Sane's surprise return to the Stanford-based promotion, she took to social media to send a 2-word message. "I'm back," wrote Sane. Amid Sane's return to WWE, she seems to have allied with Sky, who accidentally hit Bayley at Crown Jewel, leading to further tension within the Damage Control. The genius of the Sky is still officially a part of Bayley's faction alongside Dakota Kai. Kairi Sane initially signed a 3-year contract with WWE in 2017, departing World Wonder Ring stardom in the process. She started in NXT, where she became the NXT Women's Champion and held the title for 71 days before losing it back to Shayna Baszler on October 28, 2018. The Pirate Princess was then called up to the main roster, where she teamed up with Asuka. The duo was collectively known as the Kabuki Warriors. The team of Asuka and Sane won the Women's Tag Team Championships. In December 2021, Sane departed WWE and returned to World Wonder Ring stardom. Simultaneously, she also started competing under New Japan Pro Wrestling, and at the historic X Over pay-per-view, the 35-year-old became the inaugural IWGP Women's Champion by beating Mayu Iwatani. Sane dropped the title to Mercedes Moné, famously known as Sasha Banks in WWE, who ended the former's title reign at 90 days. Are you excited to have Kairi Sane return to WWE? Rick Kishi sends a message to Solo SEO after his dominant win over John Cena at Crown Jewel. Rick Kishi took to social media to react to Solo SEO's dominant win over John Cena at WWE Crown Jewel. SEO's match against the Cenation leader was historic for multiple reasons. This was the Enforcer's first ever singles match at a premium live event. Meanwhile, Cena was chasing his first televised singles victory since 2018. Unfortunately for the Cenation leader, SEO was simply the more dominant of the two. A series of Samoan spikes led to a huge win for the Bloodline member. Taking to Instagram, SEO's father and WWE legend Rick Kishi reacted to the win by sending out a bold message. Unstoppable at Solo SEO. Hashtag the problem. Hashtag Fadu. Hashtag Anoe do y'all watch. Wrote Rick Kishi. In the lead up to Crown Jewel, John Cena hinted at the possibility of him retiring from pro wrestling. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Smack Talk, Dutch Mantel discussed the same, claiming that Cena's feud with Solo SEO blended in perfectly with his potential retirement. He said, "That's just going along with the story. I mean, that's what I would suggest. They might say, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about, but it might work. But John is telling that story because, and that wasn't his acting, I think he really seriously believes that, he said, I can't really do this anymore. I mean, you're not completely blind to your abilities when you get older. You just can't do it. Well, I can't do it. Hell, I couldn't do it 30 years ago." Following Cena's loss to Sikoa, the 16-time world champion received a standing ovation from the WWE Universe as he exited in disappointment. While the Cenation leader didn't confirm his retirement, there are chances of him going back to Hollywood and bringing an end to his current run. What did you make of Solo SEO versus John Cena? Sound off below. Roman Reigns breaks silence after defeating LA Knight. In the main event of WWE Crown Jewel 2023, Roman Reigns was victorious over LA Knight, and he broke his silence on Twitter/X following his win. Reigns is the most dominant champion in modern WWE history, and at Crown Jewel, he once again proved why he remains at a level above the rest. The tribal chief headed to Saudi Arabia on the back of a win over Jey Uso at SummerSlam. Taking to Twitter/X, Reigns shared a set of photos from his match against Knight and sent a bold one-word message, "Untouchable," and still hashtag WWE Crown Jewel, wrote Reigns. This was Mike's first crack at a WWE World Championship. Leading up to Crown Jewel, he teamed up with John Cena to defeat the bloodline duo of Solo SEO and Jimmy Uso in a tag team match. While SEO and Jimmy tried their best to interfere at Crown Jewel, the megastar stood his ground and single-handedly took the fight to the bloodline. Eventually, Reigns hit Knight with a brutal spear to secure the win. In the lead up to Crown Jewel, Dutch Mantel claimed that Roman Reigns wasn't going to drop the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Speaking in a recent edition of Sportskeeda Wrestling's Smack Talk, Mantel briefly addressed the rumors of Reigns taking time off after the premium live event. He said, "I've had people tell me that Roman needs to lose. No, Roman does not need to lose because now LA Knight has gotten where he wants to go. I think the best bet is to keep Roman where he is right now. I have read that he wants to take time off after this one too. This leads me to believe he could drop it, but I don't think he will. I really don't think he will." With Reigns marking yet another successful title defense, it remains to be seen what plans WWE has in store for him. Who should Roman Reigns feud with next? Roman Reigns asks major question following WWE Crown Jewel victory. Roman Reigns was able to come out on top at WWE Crown Jewel after a spear to LA Knight, which came after Knight had already delivered his BFT and Jimmy Uso stepped in to save the match for the tribal chief. Reigns is expected to take some time away from WWE now and not wrestle until the Royal Rumble, but it seems that after pinning Knight, he has already moved forward and is looking at who could be his next challenger. As Reigns made his way down the steps and up the ramp, he looked into the camera and asked, "Who's next?" This is the question that many fans are currently asking following the win. AJ Styles is set to return to WWE on this week's episode of SmackDown after more than a month on the sidelines. The former WWE champion was attacked by the Bloodline, which prevented him from being John Cena's partner for Fastlane. That then allowed LA Knight to step into the title picture, and he was able to climb up the card to challenge Reigns in Saudi Arabia. Styles now has a few weeks to take care of the Bloodline before Roman Reigns is expected to put his title on the line again at the Royal Rumble. Do you think Reigns will finally be dethroned by AJ Styles? Roman Reigns finally loses in major botch that got ignored at Crown Jewel 2023. Roman Reigns is still technically the undisputed Universal Champion after defeating LA Knight, but the result will be deemed somewhat controversial after a referee botch should have crowned a new champion in LA Knight. The main event of Crown Jewel 2023 saw Roman Reigns have yet another defense of the undisputed Universal Championship. He faced the very popular LA Knight, who the crowd in Riyadh was clearly rooting for, even throwing "You Can't Wrestle" chants at the tribal chief. In the video, you can see that the crowd counts to 3 and the referee very clearly hits the 3. It can either be blamed on the referee or Jimmy Uso for the reaction. We'll let you decide. Although the video only shows 2 counts, it was actually a 3 count that was hit by the referee, meaning that Reigns should no longer be Universal Champion. What did you think about the main event of Crown Jewel 2023? Let us know in the comments below.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take